We are still sending school trips to mosques, to religious establishments that are led by Islamic extremists. Now, I'm thinking about one particular example that's in the news today, but then also thinking about my own experiences with my children. And I'm sure many of you will understand where I'm coming from when I now say that I have stopped my children visiting mosques. My children will no longer visit mosques on any school trip. I understand part of the national curriculum is helping children to understand that we have, British values, tolerance of people of different faiths and beliefs, that's important for children to learn about different religions. I absolutely think that is correct. However, on the fourth school trip to the mosque, I drew the line. When my daughter came home and told me she had to go to a different part of the mosque than the rest of the boys in her class and cover up her head, I drew the line. I am happy for my children to go to mosque, but I am not happy for them to be treated differently to the boys, and I will not have them go repetitively until they have also been to a synagogue perhaps, or a Christian centre, or any other faith group. I expect to see balance myself. And I am a tolerant individual. Many of you will fall off your kitchen stools at that, but I am extremely intolerant of being force-fed one faith. My question to you is, have we forgotten to teach Christianity in UK schools? Perhaps you would say, we shouldn't be teaching any religion in any schools. Now, the example I'm looking at, it's in the Telegraph today on page 10. A primary school took children on a trip to meet an Islamic preacher months after the High Court ruled that the imam was an extremist. He had promoted and encouraged religious violence. The pupils, aged 8 and 9, went to meet Shakil Beg. He's the chief imam at the mosque attended by the killers of Lee Rigby. And this, of course, has provoked outrage. It's the sort of thing that provokes outrage in me, especially when I look at the pictures of the mosque on the website with the children sat around on the floor being taught by this man who has been proven in the court to be, let me quote, an extremist who promoted and encouraged religious violence. He took a case out against Andrew Neil on the BBC for suggesting that he was a promoter of religious violence, and the BBC won that landmark victory in the fight against Islamic extremism. And I'm very glad they did win. I'm very glad because, as you can imagine, someone that's fairly outspoken, I have this kind of litigation brought against me all the time. And believe me, if I were allowed to go into the detail of some of the things the litigation is brought against that I write in my columns, you would absolutely lose faith in this society. The things that you have to pay people for when they are hate speeches, when they do promote extremism, you still end up apologising if you slightly offended what they were being extremist about. It's a bonkers situation. So I'm really pleased the BBC case was upheld. I'm thrilled that the High Court ruled that this gentleman, I say that in inverted commas, Shakil Beg, is an extremist who promoted and encouraged religious violence. And I cannot understand why a primary school would think it would be a good idea to take pupils to listen to that man. Year 4 children, year 4, from Kilmorey Primary School, Kilmorey Primary School, visited the Lewisham Islamic Centre in southeast London over the course of 2 days. I mean, don't just go for a morning. Don't just go for a lesson or two. Why not make it a 2-dayer? Obviously, they rotated classes through over the course of 2 days. And Mr. Begg hosted a discussion with the pupils. Thrilling indeed. I would just love it if my 8-year-old was having a discussion hosted by the chief imam of the mosque that entertained the killers of Lee Rigby. Oh yes, that is precisely what this country needs right now. It needs our children to be brainwashed, force-fed misinformation by someone who is a proven...
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.